You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
I spent every Saturday that I could, I was over there in the south end zone watching every LSU game that I could. I didn't grow up an LSU fan, but I pulled for LSU anytime they weren't playing Alabama. But I love Tiger Stadium. All my friends were LSU fans growing up. We used to go over there my junior and senior year. I'd go over there and throw 7-on-7 with LSU's players in high school. Just loved growing up there. Can't say anything, it was just a great experience.
Major Applewhites try to downplay the homecoming of sorts this week, but it's undeniably a storyline in a game that, let's just be honest, doesn't have many of them on the field. And I mean that with respect to South Alabama. That has been a good group of five program. They did a couple of seasons ago go to Stillwater and beat Oklahoma State 31-7. Back in 2022, 2021, they went and played UCLA in the Rose Bowl and lost that game by a point. I think it was 31-30. I'm not looking at the final right now, forgive me. But they have played some of these games and had some degree of success. They've played tough. That's a program that's not very old, doesn't have a ton of history, but of late, they have played well, and they are a good group of five football team. And I think given some of the struggles that LSU has had, in particular on the defensive side of the ball and the slow starts, couple that with some pretty eye-catching scores that South Alabama has been able to log this year, it's creating a lot of anxiety for LSU fans. Like, oh, look out for South Alabama. I mean, let me first just stamp that out, all right? LSU is not going to lose this football game, okay? No, I don't want you to worry about that. You know what I feel like right now? I feel like I have to do what I did around the Heisman time when there were a lot of people, when the day before the Heisman, the award show. Remember when Bo Nix, I think Bo Nix won the Maxwell. Didn't he win the Maxwell? Bo Nix won I'm pretty sure it was the Maxwell. But anyway, it was one of the National Player of the Year awards, and people LSU fans were like, oh, is Jay not going to win the Heisman? I was like, hey, hold on. Hey, come here. Hey, look right here. Come sit on Uncle Scone's lap. We're going to have a little conversation, okay? We're just going to talk, okay? Over the course of time, there have been a lot of players that won the Maxwell that didn't win the Heisman. Eli Manning won the Maxwell. Manti Te'o won the Maxwell. There's a long history of that happening. Players that win the Maxwell, but they don't win the Heisman. Different set of voters, different stuff. At that point, we knew Jaden had won the Heisman. We know that because the odds makers have a poll of voters, and they know the answer to the test already. It's why when you saw the odds do what it did, that Jaden had won it. So we knew he didn't, and he won it. He won it comfortably at that. So I just had to come sit on Uncle Scone's lap. We'll have a little conversation. We'll get you a little ice cream cone or something like that. Settle down. We'll have a talk. I feel like we need to have that same conversation right now. Okay? This is not Troy from 2017. That was a very toxic situation around LSU where Matt Canada and Ed Ogeron weren't getting along. Ed wanted to play Danny Etling. Matt Canada wanted to go with the young Miles Brennan. If you remember, Miles Brennan threw a couple of bad interceptions in that game, and it got away. And LSU let one slip away at home, a game they had no business losing. That team had already gotten, if you remember, blown out on the road at Mississippi State that year. They had really gotten bludgeoned in that game. So this isn't that. This is an LSU team that has good culture. They are well coached. They have a plan. They have warts, undeniably. This LSU team has shortcomings, but not enough shortcomings that are going to cause them to lose this game to South Alabama. That's not going to happen. What's probably going to happen is what we've seen for 4 games now. You're probably going to see a game where it's competitive in the first half. Nichols was competitive in the first half. They put together 2 13-play drives. We've just seen UCLA. You went to half tied with a team that got blown out on its home field by Indiana. What that means is LSU's got a lot of work on. They're just not a great football team. But 1-85, LSU is a more talented team than South Alabama. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, they're deeper, they're at home, they're better coached. LSU's going to win this football game. How it looks is certainly a question, and we may not love the way it looks because LSU's been clunky this year. They have. They played 4 games, and they haven't been clean really at all. But here they sit at 3-1. And they're going to win on Saturday and beat South Alabama, go to 4-1 going into their open date. And then it starts because then you have 7 SEC games staring you in the face. And that's going to determine what, if anything, you're playing for in November. And that starts in 2 weeks whenever you welcome Ole Miss. Brian Kelly met with reporters on Friday, and he was asked about those fast starts and his team's necessity to start fast against South Alabama.
South Alabama is a good football team, and we're aware of that. Our players are. They've watched film. They've seen how exciting of an offense that they have. I mean, they put a lot of points up against the Appalachian State team that last year beat Oklahoma State at home handedly. So our team has a great deal of respect for South Alabama. So each and every week it's been important for us to get off to a good start. I thought we came out with a good first drive last week, and that will be a point of emphasis as it is each and every week is to start fast.
You had a good first drive against UCLA. You had a good first drive against USC in the opener. You went right down the field, got to the 1-yard line, couldn't punch it in. It's been more the complimentary football. And listen, South Alabama is a good football team. They are, and I think LSU is well aware of that. South Alabama's got a quarterback in Gio Lopez that can run it. We've talked about Fluff Bothwell this week, good running back. But one of the things LSU wanted to work on a week ago was eliminating the big play in the run game, and they did that. So there are parts where you're seeing LSU improve, and this is one of those things where you're going to see it continue to improve. Let's see more of Ahmad Bro this week. Let's see more of Dominic McKinley, who played 18 snaps last week, had a sack on his first defensive possession. Let's see some more of those young guys. Let's see what it looks like in the secondary as you get Deshaun Spears even more experience and more comfortable in that role. What does the defensive middle look like, that second level without Harold Perkins? All of this is going to be part of that process throughout the day on Saturday. But LSU is going to win this game. It may take a while for them to pull away, but they'll pull away and they'll ultimately win it. And they'll win it comfortably. I don't know if they'll cover. LSU hasn't covered yet. And I think Vegas and odds makers haven't really figured out LSU's point spread value yet and how to adjust it because they're not playing at the level that many of us thought they would a month into this season. But I do like LSU to win this game. I am very hopeful that they stay healthy first and foremost. I would love to see a 4-quarter defensive performance because I don't think South Alabama is a team that's going to go sling it around. And you could look at the eye-popping 87 points against Northwestern State, and that's a lot. It's going to be attention-grabbing. But Northwestern State's a once-proud program that isn't very good anymore in football. Scoring 87, quite honestly, I think that's bad juju. And then they went and pummeled App State last week. Maybe App State's not very good. It's one of the things we're learning. I also watched this South Alabama team give up 52 on their home field in North Texas. They lost 52-38 on their home field in North Texas. So, yeah, LSU's going to win. They're going to win comfortably. I like LSU 44-24. So it's inside the number. I do like the over in the game, clearly, if you're betting. Just my opinion on it, how it may go. But the most important thing for LSU on Saturday is to win, to get out of there as healthy as you possibly can be, and to get as many guys more playing time to continue getting them seasoned because you're going into your open date with 2 weeks to get healthy, to prepare solely and exclusively for Ole Miss, and hopefully 2 weeks from Saturday to have one hell of an environment and see if the Tigers can go take their swing at the Ole Miss and maybe pull a big upset early in this college football season. But you got to get past South Alabama first. Here's hoping it's a clean game, and the Tigers go take care of business. Give me LSU 44-24. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.